Yet there shall not be gloom for which anguishes to her, as in the former time when he degraded the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali. So afterwards we will glorify the way of the sea, beyond the Jordan, Galilee of the nations. The people who walk in darkness have seen a great light. The ones who dwell in the land of the shadow of death, light has shone on them. You have not multiplied the nation. You have not increased the joy. They rejoice before you, as in the joy of the harvest, as men shout when they divide the plunder. For you have broken his burdensome yoke, and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his taskmaster, as in the day of Midian. For every boot of the trampler is not shaking, and a coat rolled in blood shall be in burning fuel for the fire. For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government is on his shoulder. And his name is called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty El, the Prince of Peace, the one who fathered everlasting life. The footnote: this scripture shows that the Messiah would be born as a human, but also 3 out of the 4 titles mentioned also show that he will be Elohim. There is no end to the increase of his government and of peace on the throne of David and on his kingdom, to order it and to sustain it with justice and with righteousness from now and forever. The zeal of Yahweh of hosts will do this. Yahweh sent a word into Jacob, and it was fallen into Israel, and all the people shall know Ephraim, and the ones living in Samaria will say in pride and greatness of heart, bricks have fallen, but we will build with cut stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we will substitute with cedars instead. Footnote: instead of repenting for their sin and looking toward Elohim, the people are saying that they will merely rebuild and move on as if nothing has happened. And Yahweh will set up reasons, foes against him, and join together his enemies, Syrians in front and the Philistines behind, and they shall devour Israel with all the mouth. In all this, his anger does not turn away, but his hand is still stretched out. For people do not turn to him who strikes them, and they do not seek Yahweh of hosts. And Yahweh will cut off from Israel head and tail and branch and rush in one day. The elder and the exalted of the face, he is in the head, and the prophet who teaches lies, he is in the tail. For this people's leaders lead them astray, and its guided ones are swallowed up. For this Yahweh shall not rejoice over their young men, nor have pity on their orphans and widows, for everyone is a hypocrite and an evildoer, and every mouth speaks foolishness. In all this his anger does not turn away, but his hand is still stretched out. For wickedness burns like a fire. It shall devour the briars and the thorns, and shall kindle the thickets of the forest, and they shall roll upward like the going up of smoke. The land is scorched by the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and the people shall be as the fuel of the fire. No man shall spare his brother. And he shall cut off on the right hand, he shall cut off on the right hand, yet be hungry, and he shall eat on the left, but not be satisfied. Each man shall eat the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh, together they are against Judah. In all this, his anger does not turn away, but his hand is still stretched out.